Morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Monday. Motivation message day. Motivation Monday. I'm motivated. I'm actually kind of dragging this morning. It's cold out, and I want to do a brick. So it's like ride the bike and then get off the bike and start running. Trying to get into that whole triathlon thing. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I was up in North Georgia with mom and dad, and had a good time. What's up, Diver Dave? Good to see you on here, bro. Need to hit me up on Messenger or give me a call. I got a question for you. But I was up there with the parents this weekend. Had a good time. Did a lot of hiking and exploration. Went up to the top of Blood Mountain and experienced the frigid wilderness blowing across the top of that 4,500 foot guy there in Georgia, which is pretty high. Not bad for Georgia. But it's part of the Appalachian Trail. I didn't know Arc'teryx was a Canadian company. I'm going to have to change that. Ugh. There we go. How's that? Y'all can't see Dave on the he's blowing up the comments in YouTube. I was going to try to get the computer to run Instagram or the phone to run Instagram, but I don't know what's going on with my settings. I got to figure that out. I want to get more into Instagram. But anyway, I had a good period of reflection because I was out there and I was listening to my audio book, and Laura Lynn and I are partaking in the Go Ruck Tribe Challenge, and we crushed January's challenge, so we got our little Go Ruck patch, raw pain, and now we're going for love for February, and it's a couple of 5-mile rucks, and anyway, I got to do some reflection and inner introspection and inner thoughts, and hey Haley, and I started thinking a lot about the past, and one of the tribe things was what for this month is love, and we need to write four handwritten letters. And I'm like, oh boy, I haven't written a letter in I don't know how long, and I don't even know who to write to, but one of them should make amends, and it got me thinking, and I was like, well, who have I wronged in my past that I need to make amends with that I haven't? And it took me all the way back to my first Iraq deployment, and I was one angry staff sergeant. So this will be a little bit of a 81 Bravos. I was 11 Bravo or 11 X-ray, but it was I know Canadian's different. Canada, but we're going kind of shift back to a little personal war memory. And I was stationed in 126 Infantry. I was attached to one. Well, I was in 126 Infantry out of Schweinfurt, Germany, Big Red 1, and Blue Spader. So I did just about 8 years over there straight. 8 years. I got really comfortable there in Germany, and in my Charlie Company 126 Infantry, I went through all kinds of different platoon sergeants, different first sergeants, different commanders, different battalion sergeant majors, different battalion commanders. It's like the only thing that was solid at 126 Infantry was me. And I got really comfortable, and I was assuming ownership of it. But the 9/11 hit and all this craziness happened, and we were pulling like guard, and it was a completely different time in Germany than it had been before that. And they spun us up and said, "Hey, we're going to invade Iraq. We're going to push through Turkey, and we're going to do this." And uh, they 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 said uh, to bring us to bring us all together, to that war focus. Good afternoon, or should I say good morning, Mr. Ichabod. Uh, Everybody say hey to Ichabod Temperance over there. One of my favorite locals, Birminghamites, I guess you can call him. Check him out online. He's got a great series of books. He's also started out a little Star Wars spinoff. Not Star Wars. I apologize. Star Trek spinoff homemade comedy. Man, it's great. It's y'all got to check him out. Ichabod, feel free to drop your info in the comments. If not, I'll throw a link up there. But anyway, there I am, getting ready to go into Iraq through Turkey. I got my squad, and these are guys that I have been training and like pouring my heart into, and like I had them memorizing the freaking Ranger handbook, and like how to tie stuff, how to shoot, how to move, how to communicate, shoot, move, and communicate. That was our main job. They were at the right place in the right time in the right uniform. And we were a glorious band of misfits, and we worked really well together. I had a freaking amazingly tight team. And Turkey said, well, we're part of the whatever brotherhood, and we're not going to let y'all attack Iraq through our country. You don't have to go through Kuwait. So we got put on standby, and then had to go in a separate direction. We went in through Kuwait, and while we were sitting in Kuwait, you got to go through this pre-deployment training. It was hastily thrown together then, but it was to certify us to be war ready. Bro, we were like chomping at the bit. 126 infantry. We didn't need to get ready. We were already there. But anyway, when we were in Kuwait, some crazy stuff happened. I don't know. I don't understand it, and I wasn't supposed to understand it. But they mixed up the squads and the teams and the platoons, and everything just kind of went like this. It was straight chaos. I ended up in a completely different platoon with a whole different squad that I had not worked with or trained. And I was devastated. I was angry. I was furious, beyond furious. I was like, why? I train these guys. I've worked with these dudes. We've been through all this together. And we're 1 week out from crossing the border into Iraq, where there's like, it's not live fire training, it's live fire. Like, we're going to close with, engage, and destroy the enemy. And you're giving me guys that I don't know or trust. It was a big change. And, not only that, but not only my squad, but my teams and, my platoon, everything was different. And I got really, really angry. And, instead of accepting the change, like I talked about last week, instead of accepting that change, I wanted to fight against it. I wanted to be like the anti squad leader. And, I went into the new squad and the new platoon with an attitude. I was like, I got sent over here because y'all guys are messed up. That's the only reason I could figure that they would make me switch over. Like, I was like, you guys can't even react to freaking contact. This is a massive disaster, and I don't support this. I don't want to be here. I don't want y'all as my team. I don't want y'all as my squad. And this was going into combat. You gotta understand how detrimental that is. I didn't support the leadership. I didn't support the platoon. leadership. I didn't support the company leadership. I was detrimental. I mean, it was devastating, detrimental. It was horrible because I didn't accept that change. And my basic need at that time was security. You know, I wanted the security of what I had known, of my guys who I had trained, my guys who I had worked with, who I had deployed with before, gone through numerous squad live fires and all this other stuff. And now I was in a complete unknown. And I didn't accept it well. And, you know, that first half of the deployment there was pretty rough. It was really rough. So for my letters, you know, I gotta write a couple. And I was thinking about that this weekend, you know, during my hike. Like, you know, how toxic of a leader was I? And who do I need to make amends with? I need to make amends with myself. I need to forgive myself for that portion of my life. But I reached out to my old first sergeant, and you know, I wrote him a lengthy text message over Messenger, and I was like, "Hey, you know, sorry that I was such a toxic person and total asshat overall." And he's like, "Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. You were a fantastic leader." And, you know, hearing him say that, and that I didn't need to apologize to him, kind of opened my mind. Well, you know, this is, you know, you're your own worst critique, right? I was like, well, holy crap. And on my drive back from Georgia back here to Alabama, I talked to this guy for like 2 hours straight on the phone. That's unheard of. And come to find out, we experienced a lot of the same feelings, the same experiences, the same, even coming out of the military, we both experienced the same thing, you know, with the whole loss of purpose and direction. And, you know, that fell into depression and fell into, you know, like suicidal thoughts, and marriage collapsed, and, you know, all of our worldly possessions, all this other stuff, you know, I mean, it was amazing to hear that, you know, this man, this hero, this elevated guy, you know, I mean, he was a first sergeant at the time, command sergeant major, and total badass overall. You know, he just, like, not only did he experience the same thing, but he identified with what I was feeling, and I identified with what he was feeling. And it really opened my eyes. It really opened my eyes, because I had been harboring that anger and that sense of distrust since that first Iraq deployment. Holy, how long ago was that? I've been holding that in my heart. And like his words, you know, hey, you were a fantastic leader. I don't know what you're talking about being toxic. We all remember it in different ways. Dave here says, being mad you can't change. It's like eating rat poison. You keep eating it, hoping the rat dies, and it seldom works. I agree. It tore me up inside. But you know, the title is needs. Nauthis is or Nauthis is a Elder Futhark rune in the Viking alphabet. And need, what is need? What do you need? It changes. It changes. And what I need and what you need and what everybody else needs is it's all different. But we need that's where I'm looking at today. How does this I need to let go of that anger. I need to let go of that feeling of being wronged. It wasn't personal. This was on a company level or a battalion level. It wasn't directed against Watson. It wasn't directed against Team Death. It wasn't to say F you or these guys are messed up and you got to go fix it. It wasn't any of that. And it was like a huge weight pulled off of my shoulder. It's like I was back there on the bench press and somebody took the weight off and it was like, I got it for you. Don't worry about it. But let's talk about our needs. What do you need? Let's investigate that. So I mentioned the rune Nauthis, and it translates literally to not this or necessity. Key concepts are need, resistance, constraint, conflict, drama, effort, necessity, urgency, hard work, life lessons, creative friction, distress, force of growth, consequence of a past action, short-term pain for long-term gain. It creates necessity coming forth into being with a sense of urgency. You got to have hard work to do this. So, of course, I typed in, what is personal needs, and then this thing popped up, identifying your personal needs. How do you identify your personal needs? Here it says each person has a unique set of personal needs above basic survival, must be met in order to be at your best, critical in order to thrive. We don't want to just survive. We want to thrive. We don't want to live. We want to thrive. That's the Phil saying, right? If you spend some time discovering what your personal needs are, then you can figure out ways to fulfill them. Your entire life will get much better. So, what are some characteristics of personal needs? They're critical for thriving and living a life that you love. A lot of us sleepwalk. A lot of us just go through the day personally reacting. We get set in our way and we just go out and do it, and we don't thrive. We don't love our life. A lot of us just kind of humdrum through it, right? That's no way to live. Some of your personal needs can be, or they're neither good or bad, and they can be met in positive or negative ways relative to your desired results. So here's some examples of personal needs. All right, this includes acceptance, accomplishment, acknowledgement, adventure, attention, challenges, connections, contributions, control, creativity, discovery, drama, excitement, freedom, harmony, importance, independence, influence, intellectual stimulation, intensity, intimacy, power, recognition, simplicity, and safety. That's not a full list. There's a whole bunch of lists out there you can go through if you need to look. But let's discover what some of our needs might be, personal needs. Things in your life that bring you the most joy. Identify those related experiences. Think about the times in your life you've felt most successful. Pull out what's relevant from that. Find when you have been least successful. This is you qualifying that, not somebody else. But when you felt least successful, identify the experiences and then get some patterns that you repeat that do not create the results that you want. If you repeat a pattern over and over and over and over, and it's not creating the result that you want, you might want to look at doing something different. Identify the experience that you generate through those patterns and how you can turn around into a more positive reaction. Then we're going to refine that list. We're going to narrow down that list and consider 8 to 10 experiences that appear most often. What needs, wants, shoulds, and wishes. Those are different. Wants, shoulds, and wishes are completely different than what you need. And select 4 personal needs to determine to be the most important to you. I need security. I need love. I need confirmation of that. I do. I tell you that straight off without having to tear down the list or anything. You got some positive ways to meet your needs in order to thrive. This isn't just living, we're thriving. It's important to meet your personal needs in a positive way to enhance your enjoyment of life and bring a quality of life to you. So personal needs are somewhat included here, and any of the activities and outcomes may have one or more personal needs associated with them. There's just a couple of examples. Here we go. If you learn a new skill, that's our activity. The personal need that you get from that is accomplishment, control, power, acceptance, discovery. Taking some more me time. You got to define your independence, connection, control, discovery. If you work on a strong relationship with your SO, acceptance, acknowledgement, creativity, harmony, intimacy. Y'all see how this kind of works out? Expressing your feelings, attention, control, freedom, intimacy. A lot of people ask me why, hey, thanks, Soren Watson, or thanks, Phil, for doing these like little weekly things, and that means a lot to me. But, I mainly do this to externalize what I'm feeling, and it benefits me. So I'm able to sit here and talk through all of this stuff, air it out, and kind of like, when you bring out the old blanket and shake it out in the fresh air. That's what I do with this every week. I get to air out a different subject that's been eaten at me. And, if it helps out, then fantastic. But this seriously helps me out a lot. Every week, this helps. I learn something new. I learn something new about myself. I learn something new about somebody else. So, that's why I do this, and I need to do this. And it's given me a sense of intimacy with myself, but it's also allowing me to share with people who might be going through the same thing. If there's other veterans out there, I know I've talked to enough veterans and it's confirmed, we're all feeling a lot of the same stuff. I'm not a weirdo. Well, I am a weirdo, but anyway, you got negative patterns that you need to look out for, that some might consider a need. That's actually not. It's a negative. Whining and procrastination and being late, overcommitting. Maybe I undercommit. I get a lot of people who be like, hey, Phil, can you come over and help us do this? And I'll be like, no, I'm running a marathon. I got marathon training. I'm doing bricks. I got to take the kids to school. Maybe I undercommit instead of overcommit. Yelling, watching TV. I do that a lot too, where I just kind of shut the brain off and then just go with like stupid input. And I'm talking like stupid, like watching Cops, or I found something. It was like dark matter TV, and it's got like all the old cheesy, like super sub B movies on it. I was like, hey, this is perfect. But whether we're conscious of it or not, or if we spend much of our life attempting to meet our personal needs, we do everything in our lives to quest for experiences. The experiences that are most important to us are our personal needs. You need to know about yourself and what's important to you, and you will likely be able to choose positive ways to meet your needs and to get what you really want. If you're not thriving, then you're not meeting your personal needs. So that's my challenge to you this week. Discover what your needs are. What are you missing? There's something out there that you need that you've been repeating the same pattern over and over and over. This past week it was me reaching out to a brother and saying, hey man, I'm sorry for acting like this when I should have been the backbone of the army. I was actually a squirmy little piece of poop. But I was forgiven. Now I just need to forgive myself. And for my guys in 126 infantry that witnessed that, and the guys in 138 infantry that witnessed the aftermath of that first deployment, and my anger and dismay and general melancholiness, melancholy, my general anger towards everything military. I'm sorry. And I need to let it go. I need to thrive because the best part of my life is still ahead. I got a loving family. I got a beautiful wife. I've developed some hella healthy habits. Go out, make a change, find out what your needs are, do something that's going to positively impact you. The more that you positively impact yourself, the more you can do in your community, the better off we could do for each other. And that's what this all comes down to. We're all part of a team, whether you're a veteran team or a work team or a family team, neighbor team, old friends team, dive team. Put that in your pipe and smoke it this week, guys. Y'all be safe. And thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. And share the out of this, because there's people out there that need to hear what they need. Go out and thrive. Thanks, guys. I love you. I'm out. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Dave. Give me a holler, man. Tell your dad I said hey.
Morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Monday.
It's playing.
Motivation
it's ending.